It is a house rich with history and a symbol of our state. It was designed as a private residence for the governor, but it belongs to all the people of Arkansas. Relive some of its history and see how the generosity of Arkansans has contributed to this special place. Go behind the scenes with the mansion staff and some of Arkansas's top interior designers as they prepare for the holiday season. Join us as we celebrate Christmas at the mansion.
Hello, I'm First Lady Janet Huckabee, and welcome to the Arkansas Governor's Mansion. This building was designed as a home for the governor and first family of the state, but since its construction, it has become so much more. Like many other governor's mansions around the United States, the Arkansas Governor's Mansion is open to the public. School children and other groups from around the state come here to learn more about Arkansas history. Last year, we welcomed over 16,000 visitors. For those of you who have never visited the mansion, and for those of you who haven't been here in a long time, we want to invite you to take a tour this Christmas season. We want people to know how the heritage and culture of Arkansas is proudly displayed throughout the house. And we want you to see how the mansion is decorated for the holidays with the help of many people from around the state. Before we see the festive holiday trimmings, I would like to invite you to join as we look back at some of the mansion's history.
The Arkansas Governor's Mansion has been the scene of many historic events. But some people may not realize that before 1950, Arkansas did not have an official residence for the governor and first family. In the 1940s, mansion planners chose an 8-acre site in Little Rock at 1800 Center Street. It was the former home of Arkansas Territorial Governor and United States Senator William S. Fulton. Fulton lived in a house he called Rosewood. It stood just west of where the mansion was to be built, but it had been torn down long ago. The Arkansas Institute of the Blind was located on the site when it was chosen for the mansion. The blind school was relocated to another part of Little Rock, and the old school was torn down. But the bricks from the school were cleaned and saved to be reused in the mansion. The architects designed a Georgian colonial-style building. The white gable and tall columns were meant to mirror the design of Arkansas's first Capitol building, the old State House, located at the opposite end of Center Street. Construction of the mansion began in 1947 during the administration of Governor Ben Laney, and took 3 years to complete. Since then, the mansion has been home to 10 Arkansas governors and their families.
The holiday season has always been a special time here at the Governor's Mansion. Whether it's taking up a special cause during the holidays or welcoming special guests, the holidays have traditionally been a time for the Governor and First Lady of Arkansas to open the doors of the mansion and share what we have here with everyone.
In the late 60s, during Winthrop Rockefeller's years at the mansion, the Christmas decorations were nowhere near as elaborate as they are today. But the true spirit of the season was abundant. Governor Rockefeller and his wife Jeanette opened the doors of the mansion to a group of young children from the Arkansas Children's Colony.
You can also see on the mantle that we are ready for Christmas. We have decorated every room in our house. This is my daughter's favorite time of year, and I love for the mansion to demonstrate the holiday spirit so that all who come here know how much we care about sharing the Christmas season with them. In the room is a beautiful...
In 1986, during Arkansas' sesquicentennial, First Lady Hillary Rodham Clinton welcomed television viewers in Central Arkansas to a holiday tour, courtesy of KTHV.
You know, this living room is the place where we do a lot of official entertaining, but it is also where our family spends a lot of time. The governor's family in the governor's mansion lives upstairs on the second floor in 5 rooms that are there, and that's where we spend a great deal of private time. But we like to come down here when it's not filled with people and spend time together, and that's what we do around Christmas. This is the room we come to on Christmas morning. This is where we have the large tree. This is where we come down the winding staircase through the foyer to find out what Santa Claus has left. I love this room, but I especially love it on Christmas morning. And as we're planning for our Christmas morning, I hope you will have a happy one as well.
The giving tradition continues. Last year, Santa Stops at the Mansion was not only our holiday decorating theme, but the name of a project designed to benefit a very worthy cause. The Governor's Mansion was a drop-off point for thousands of disaster relief kits put together by school children from around the state. We gave the relief kits to the American Red Cross for use by Arkansans in the time of emergency. This spirit of openness and sharing is an important aspect of the holidays here. And each year it seems like we are welcoming more and more people. We want everyone who visits the mansion during the holidays to feel the spirit of the season, so we decorate the mansion inside and out. Decorating any home at Christmas time can be a daunting task. That's why we rely on the generosity of people from around the state to help us decorate here at the mansion.
We transform the house into a wonderland for Christmas. Mrs. Huckabee meets with me in July, and we would determine the theme that she wanted to carry out for the whole month of December. Then everything is coordinated around the theme. In July, we also have a meeting with the decorating staff, and there are about 12 of those people who are selected throughout the state of Arkansas. They come in for a luncheon. We tell them the theme, we give them the color structure, and then they begin to use their creative juices, and out of that comes the end of November, descending upon the house, and it's turned into a wonderland both inside and out. This year's theme, Mrs. Huckabee has selected Christmas Splendor at the Mansion. Colors in gold and ivories, shades of white. You know there's no such thing really as white, but elegant gold and whites. That's why we did this a little bit for you.
The luncheon is a way to say thank you for the hard work to come, because the mansion doesn't pay them for their work.
There is no remuneration for them at all. There's no monies, no fees. That is virtually the only thank you they get, other than the fact we do put a card in the room where they are that says this room designed by that particular designer, just so people will know who did it. But it's a big effort of lots of people involved in decorating both inside and out. It's basically all donated. Nothing comes out of the taxpayers' money of that sort of issue. Basically, each one of the designers provide their own equipment and their own decorations to work with.
all of the mansion's public rooms, the living room, the entryway, the dining room, and the East Conference Room will be decorated for the holidays. The rooms are filled with antiques and items which represent the heritage of Arkansas. Some were contributed to the mansion by former governors. Others were given to the mansion by its fundraising organization, the Mansion Association. The designers must work with the existing furnishings, being careful not to damage or distract from them.
Basically nothing has changed other than we do remove an entryway table so the gigantic tree can sit in the foyer. But basically everything is kept intact because of the historical nature of maybe what piece of furniture it is or where it's sitting, or in the case of the ballroom piano, it needs to be placed where there's no sun in the wrong direction. So they work with the furnishings as they are.
Nothing there. Maybe some poinsettias, Monroe, the white poinsettias in brass containers, just at the base of this plant, right here. Just kind of
I had wondered about there,
bring in.
or to accent the piano this year.
So we've got at least 15 inches to work with the feet.
After the luncheon, the real work begins.
So from the top is 25 inches.
The corners are usually our hardest part because they tend to stay a little darker being in the recesses, so we have to come up with something unusual and different to make them jump out so that the room looks even bigger than it normally is.
Is there any way we can, you know, that tent, I guess it starts like this, wood for
Say
this?
if we're
So it'll
looking
be a
straight
tube.
in,
Uh-huh.
the opening, maybe we could put a cutout silhouette of a tree or something that would
With snow on it.
sort of make it not.
I like the idea of the golden white or golden ivory. The
Golds
fact
will look
that
good in the
lights
first
this
place.
place up.
Especially at night, it's very dark in here without the center light in these rooms.
In the middle of November, the decorating days arrive.
We can. We got them. We can.
I thought that's what.
No, we can. It'll be pretty. Okay.
You like it?
It's different.
An army of designers, their helpers, and mansion staff descend upon the public rooms of the mansion. Box after box of decorations and materials are unloaded into the house. A truckload of trees arrives, and every available staff member helps to get them ready. Artificial trees are used since real ones might dry up during the month of holiday festivities.
You said there's 2 A's?
Yeah, 2 A's, 1 B, 1 C, 1 D, 2 E's.
What's the C's over there? You got 2 A's, 2 C's, 2 B's, 2 D's.
This is up here, the E's.
2 A's, 2 B's. Well, if that's the case, these C's are in the wrong place.
Okay, well,
Okay. C right there. I know. If you say
you only got one C. You got two A's. You got two A's, a B, a C, a D, a E, two E's down here. You only got one C.
That's another C.
Well, what's this one? Somebody put a B right there.
E. Yeah.
I think she's here for a pretty short time.
That would have been fun for her to have the other
Looks great in here. In 2 days' time, they will come in with their own staffs, their own equipment, their own decorations. We do have some decorations here that we have saved through the years, some dating back many, many years ago that we're constantly trying to update ourselves. But mostly they come in with fresh poinsettias, garlands, and greeneries and bows, and they will transform the house then into a seasonal holiday for people to see.
We'll continue our look at the mansion history and see finished holiday decorations when Christmas at the Mansion continues.
Once the decorations are in place, the holiday season truly begins here at the Governor's Mansion. It couldn't have been done without the generous donation of decorations and effort from the people of the state. The holiday season will be a special one as we welcome groups from around Arkansas to come and celebrate with us.
The party season encompasses everything from entertaining the cabinet to the legislature to the staff, which when I say staff, I mean the Capitol staff, not just mansion staff, but all the workers within the governmental agencies. We invite them to an open house during December. We have a neighborhood open house, a public open house. So it's just a constant turnover of both luncheons and dinners during December.
In the morning and afternoon, short receptions and tours are scheduled. The First Lady is often on hand to host the event and make people feel welcome.
Congratulations to you too.
Thank you.
Hope you have a happy holiday.
We'll have.
Thanks.
In the evenings, larger receptions and dinner parties are held. The Governor and First Lady want people to be welcomed in a grand fashion. In addition to the interior decorations, on the back lawn of the mansion, a huge tent is being erected. The mansion dining room can hold only 32 people, so the staff must make other arrangements for the large seasonal parties.
Our dining room only seats 32 people if we break the table down into 4 rounds, the long table that's there now, the walnut table. So anything more than 32 people, if we want to seat them, we have to set up a pavilion or a 4,000 square foot tent outside the back that it adjoins the mansion here. But we take the groups from inside the mansion outside into our extension dining room, which will seat 250 people. That pavilion is heated and air conditioned, has hanging chandeliers, colored like track system. It's floored and carpeted, so it does look like an extension of the mansion when it's decorated for Christmas, and we'll serve all of our big Christmas parties out there.
The mansion staff will prepare for parties or receptions nearly every day of the holiday season. A staff of 7 will take care of every detail for the event, from menu selection and food preparation to music and entertainment. With the Governor and First Lady in attendance at a large gathering, security is always a concern.
When security go? Anybody choose that? Yeah. Both of them.
The evening receptions take on a more formal feeling. The Governor and First Lady greet mansion guests at the front door. Guests gather in the dining room to sample the holiday treats prepared by the mansion staff. And children are reminded of the magic of the season.
Look up there. Have you ever seen a Christmas tree like that before? It snows all the time. What do you think? Is that pretty cool? I think so too. I wanted you to see that.
The party is one of the many ways the mansion is shared with the people of Arkansas.
I hope you have enjoyed this look at the Arkansas Governor's Mansion and the festivities that surround the holidays. I hope it has inspired you with one of the most important aspects of the Christmas season, to remember our traditions and our past. I hope that you will be inspired to open your home to others and to share what you have, for that is what the season is truly about. The Governor and I want to take this opportunity to thank you for allowing us to serve you and to be a part of the history of this house. One day we will leave the mansion and another family will take charge of caring for this special place. We wanted to remind you that the Arkansas Governor's Mansion truly does belong to you, so that you can be proud that it represents Arkansas and her people. Thank you for joining us, and I wish you the very best of the holiday season.